always around planet. We hope it stays that way, right? So, oh, the other day I had that sad day and everything just felt ruined. But it didn't stay that way. Today is a good day, and yesterday was a good day. You know, I think that one of the, I don't know, coping mechanisms I had when I was younger was to hold on to sadness and to, like, kind of like, like a spider in the room. And if you know, as long as you know where it is, you know it's not getting you. And you just keep track of it way too much. So, sadness isn't a spider in the room. We can let it go. Put it outside. It'll be fine. And so let's see what's going on today. Well, in news in Mac's world, Make School called me today. The guy was really nice. I'm still on for starting in August, which is super exciting. And I have to get my vaccination records in, which I went and talked to the doctor about getting that turned in. They finally told me what my transfer credits are, and they transferred the maximum amount of credits. So all my general ed except for one class. And they gave me a 3.68 GPA for my transfer credits, so that's not great. Well, it's not bad, but I like a 3.8 better, but 3.68 is okay. And I would be starting here in my messy, lovely, character-filled room, so that would be really exciting for me. Computer science and cognition and AI and learning to do stuff, magnificent stuff. That's exciting. But so somebody gave me a suggestion that we should talk about character creation and where you get the ideas for characters, how characters start. And that seems like a great idea. So today's going to be our writing video. And so, where do you get a new character? Let's make a character together, shall we? So you have to have some idea of the world that the character lives in. Otherwise, you can't form them. It's just like if you're going to pour plaster into a mold, you have to have the mold-ish before you start. So, what kind of world? Let's pick a Regency world. I love Regency, So we're going to do a Regency world-ish. Now, class is really important in that. Are they poor? Are they rich? Are they British? Are they African, Caribbean? Like, there's a lot of people in the world. When Regency was going on, China was there. When you do a Regency story, you tend to think very much of, Georgette Heyer and just, Empire waist gowns and Prince Charlie and Bonnie, oh God, what was his name? See, I really should take notes for this. I shouldn't just do it all from my head. So you're just going to have to take it as it is. But, Regency world is where we got cravats and all of these mannerism novels. But for this character exercise, let's say we're going to go with a maid. A young girl, 17. And then, it's Regency. Let's make her English. And what else do we know about her? Well, what would we know about a Regency maid? She's probably, standard height, brown hair, maybe hazel eyes. She's not really fat. She's not really skinny. She probably grew up as a servant. Her parents were probably servants. Those were things you couldn't just come in and your parents were beggars and you move up into that class. That would have been a step up, right? And rich people are particularly fond of trusting their servants. They like to have servants who they feel safe around, which makes sense because, eat the rich has been a thing for a very long time. The Romans were particularly fond of eat the rich. And, we all know what happened with that whole French Revolution thing. So, kind of nondescript girl, average clothes. She's not terribly poor. She's not terribly, she's certainly not rich. Um, a lot of things that happen in Regency stories are, at least, oh God, I think I've read, like, I used to read tons and tons of this stuff. So we have to start deciding what's going to happen to her. Because if she's just this normal girl and she goes to work and she presses her mistress's clothes and then she hangs out in the kitchen and talks shit about the other people because that's what you do, and nothing ever happens, then that's fine, and you could do that kind of story. And if you're a really good writer, that could be okay, just slice of life. But usually stories go someplace. There's something the character wants, or something happens to the character that makes them, things like wants to stay alive is a very powerful motivation for a character. So, what if we had, because, I write a lot of gay characters, so, what if the younger brother of the family that she works for is secretly gay? And he does not. Sometimes with characters, it's not about always what they want overtly. Sometimes it's about what they don't want. So if younger brother, who still doesn't have a name, doesn't want to marry rich girl X because it's good for his family, because he's gay, and that would just be really bothersome for him. So what maybe he comes up with the idea that he's in love with our maid girl, and it's modern times, and he must marry her, and his family is like flipping out, and the girl is like, I just don't feel any chemistry here, but he starts paying her. She wants books. That's what she wants. No, that's way too common. Then it starts being a Beauty and the Beast story. And while there's nothing particularly wrong with a Beauty and the Beast story, they've been done, God, probably a million times. And they're very popular. So you could do a Beauty and the Beast story with that setup. And, of course, being true to the characters, they wouldn't actually end up together. They'd end up like really good friends. And, his love interest, maybe he runs away with somebody to the Americas, and that could be really good for her. But she's learned a whole lot about being, upper class from him and interacting like that. And she goes from being a maid who presses dresses to being a governess or a companion, and then meet someone. And one of the things with romance stories, and I love the romance genre, I love the idea of love and connection and having somebody who loves you so much that they will do anything for you. That's a beautiful idea. And should I ever meet somebody who could put up with me, that would be great. But that's not all there is to characters in story. So maybe her goal isn't to find a romantic interest. Who knows? But this is not necessarily about the romance genre. This is about characters. So in thinking about that, we now have at least two characters, right? We have the younger brother and we have the maid. And we know what they want-ish and what they don't want-ish. And as you round them together, you get a story. I don't really want to write that story. And I don't feel particularly drawn to either of those characters. I wish them well, and they should move on. But when you make a character, you have to know where they come from and what the influences are on them. So you start by picking the world. You start at the big, and then you move into the small. What world are they in? What place in the world are they in? How does that influence them? What do they particularly want, right? Once you know what they particularly want, you can know why they want it and what their obstacles are, and hopefully you harmonize really good with what it is that that character is going through, and you can get all excited and write their world, and maybe in the process of writing their experience as they try to get whatever it is they want, you find that maybe what they wanted changed, and they can, it's just an exploration. I just as a disclaimer, I am not the kind of writer who successfully makes outlines and follows them. That just doesn't work for me, because the characters come to me and they're all like, I don't like this scene. This scene just does not work for me. Can you understand that? And you got to listen to your characters. And so, let me know if you have any questions about these ideas. I will be happy to do my best to answer any questions in the next video. And I hope that you have great fun making characters. Just world, class, situation, specifics. And bam, character.